Okay.
So, first thing we're doing each game, taking a look at the team comp that we're working with, right? So,
Yep.
looking at best nano targets, who would you say would be the top 3 nano priority targets we're looking at on our team?
Ulting soldier, ulting slash dying hog, and then maybe a dying sig.
Yep, exactly. Perfect order. Probably wouldn't change anything on it, especially on this map since this map is super open. Soldier's gonna be really good. Maybe on a in a smaller, closer ranged map, Hog might be a little bit better. Like for example, King's Row. But besides that, Soldier's usually gonna be a better pick.
Yeah. Oh, Junkrat's trolling. Cool. Eh,
Good anti-nade.
I could have saved her.
Yep. Make sure we're looking for healing slightly more often.
You got a sleeping hog net behind you.
Oh,
Ah,
we had
I could have
nade.
naded myself. Yeah, I
Yep,
could have naded
exactly.
myself. I was literally thinking about, oh, I should nade myself as I got hooked.
Yep, there we just focused a little bit too much on damage, and then teammates just started dying left and right.
Yeah.
So just make sure, our number one priority, kind of on what we should be doing besides, landing our anti-nade is getting the healing online.
Yeah, yeah. Ah. Oh, behind us, the May.
Right, make sure we're paying attention, or we're looking to use our nano, faster, more often. Make sure pressing tab when you have nano so you can take a look,
Yeah.
like what ultimates do we have, right? Because we're looking to combo with ults, because us not using nano there is going to be a big factor in us losing the fight. And then on top of that, just make sure you're paying attention, you're listening a little bit more there. That way you're not letting a hog sneak up right on top of you.
Your purple hog?
Behind us. He's one.
Make sure requesting healing when you're low, that way your mercy can find you faster.
Yeah.
You don't have to stay low.
I guess I didn't need to drop there. Thought that was the enemy hog. Thank you.
Hog flank again.
Ooh.
Okay.
That was a fat finger on that on that nade, but
Yeah. It seems like abilities are coming out pretty infrequently. When we do use them, they're not getting a whole lot of value. So make sure we're putting a lot more effort into our abilities, because we've probably discussed this before when we did our other sessions, but those are the most important aspects of your carry, right? That's your carrying potential. So you'll be able to do the most if we're actually landing those abilities.
yeah, I think I'm having some being watched nerves right now, honestly. I'm relocating.
Shoot that shield as soon as it.
You got a hog in the corner.
Probably that's a situation where we're looking to sleep them, right?
Fog
Be
underneath.
just standing still.
Yeah. Oh.
Right. Yeah, biggest thing that I wanted to concentrate on right now is just our ability usage, because we haven't been hitting many.
Mhm.
Okay, coming out here, looking for a nano boost. So pressing tab, right? Make sure you're pressing tab after each and every fight. That way you can check ultimates, check which team, like which character has to have made swaps, right? Did our team make swaps? Did they make swaps?
Oh, you look tired. I see. You're powered up. Get in there.
Reloading.
And make sure we're paying attention to kill feed, as we did use ult after we got 2 picks, so just pay attention. Maybe want to be more hesitant once you're up 2 like that, especially since you
Yeah.
have close spawn, right? Your spawn's right here, so you guys will also be getting back faster.
Watching your back. I need space.
Alright, after that last fight was done, make sure that you're looking to reposition back up the high ground so you're not sitting on the
Mhm.
low ground. There we were kind of out in the open, not in the best positioning, and then that just meant it was super easy for them to, shoot at us and kill us, and we weren't able to get any value out of our abilities.
Yeah. Oh man.
Good
Yep.
round.
After since we do have a full 2 hours here, so
Hmm.
after the first game or two that we play, then I'll start to lean more into shot calling, and I'll just start telling you when you should be doing what. I'll give you reminders on what we should be looking to accomplish, give you some point out awareness things. That way you can start to get the feel for when you should be doing what. Right? When should we be looking for abilities? How often should we be looking for it? When should we be looking for nano? I'll just kind of start getting into those reminders, but I'll hold on off on those to start off here.
Yeah. And I've got lever. Sweet.
It's unfortunate. Yeah, if they don't come back within that penalty time, probably just leave so we can get into another game.
Yeah, I will. I guess I could go up here, see if I can see any of their team.
Yep, that's always a good idea.
True struggle is for the superior.
Ah, they've got a Junkrat.
Yep. So make sure that in between fights, right, every single fight, you have like a 20-minute, or not 20-minute, 20-second gap that you can be using to rotate, but then also press tab, right? Because then we can see, what ults do we have on our team? Did our team make any comp swaps? Did the enemy team make any comp swaps? Right? Is anybody dead? Right? It just gives a whole lot of information that we should be paying attention to.
Oh gosh.
Very nice sleep.
Oh gosh. Yeah, they're just running through us with only one tank. I could have been farther back, but it's not like it really matters at this point.
Yep.
I have your back. Get back in the fight.
All right. Yep. Hopefully that doesn't happen, in your next game.
Yeah, you know. Wait. Okay, no, I didn't drop that. I was like, did I drop like a lot there? No, I only dropped like 26, which is a lot, but
Hmm. Yeah, that's about average. Usually at higher ranks. Once you get past diamond, 25 win and a loss is usually what's gonna be
mm. All right. think I just need to calm down.
Traveling to Nepal. Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
What's up?
Oh boy. How's it going?
You're good.
Never stop fighting for what you believe in.
Only here do I not feel outcast.
All right. Composition top 3. What are they?
Obviously Nanoblade, and then Hog, and then Dying Zarya. Oh, full charge Zarya is also
Yep.
good.
Full charge Zarya,
Guys,
probably is
before we
is a very good one usually. So just keep in mind that yeah, it's more than just her dying that makes it good.
in a normal conversation, like I don't know.
I should have gone to the high ground. Oh well.
It's just a scratch. You'll be fine.
They're all left.
You're covered.
Reloading.
It's just a scratch. You'll be fine. Allow me to repair the damage. You guys could be okay. Get into position. Disconnect. Take them, sister.
I can't see a Hog.
Lock it off. You're powered up. Get in there.
Wait, what?
More kind of faded into that one.
Keep out of my way. It's just a scratch. You'll be fine. Men. Go. I can see you. I tried the enemy. Get back in the fight.
I was about to need.
You're going to.
Yeah.
You're going to. Nap time. Allow me to repair the damage. I sighted the enemy. You haven't been minutes. I will
All right, so that was an insanely long fight. So first, or a couple things here. First off, have you adjusted your nano boost sensitivity at all?
Yes, it's kind of, it's a little bit lower.
All right. When you shoot, do you tap each single shot or do you hold it down?
Tap.
You tap? Okay. Especially when you're looking for burst heal, right? So when somebody's low and you're just continuously healing them up, or everyone's in a straight line next to you, be more kind of like on a toggle to where you're holding it down, holding it down, holding it down, and then when you don't need it anymore, then you let go. Rather than
I
tap.
honestly didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know you could hold down Anna.
Yep, you just hold it down, and because I'm just noticing that you're just slightly slow with them, like with your fire rate. So yeah, just keep in mind you can hold
Ball
down.
keep on point or behind point.
You're powered up.
Okay, make sure you're pressing tab again, right? When we're looking for nano. Both times that we've used nano so far, we have not pressed tab and have nanoed without checking if they had their ultimate. And nano whole hog or nano hog who doesn't have his ult, not nearly gonna be as good as a nano blade that you have.
Yeah, I ulted him because he was critical in the middle of the team, the enemy team.
Which keep in mind that sometimes, like, if Hog's not gonna get anything done with that ultimate, then it's better than to get a nano blade where Genji might get 2 picks than to try to keep up Hog, who's just gonna stay alive and not really do anything.
Oh, I walked right into one. Ah.
All right, so big ol' synopsis here, I guess, of like from all I've observed so far. Your mechanics are very, very good, right? You're landing a lot of shots, but you're very slow on your fire rate because you're not holding it down, right? So instead, make sure you're holding it down. Your ability usage, I think you don't put enough thought into it, so make sure that you're trying to make sure that you're landing your nades and I think your sleeps, you hit them, you just don't use your sleeps very often. You hold on to your sleeps for a very long time. With your nades, though, make sure you're looking to place them well. Make sure that you're not hitting teammates, and to not hit teammates, you can move left or right. And then
I'm still looking forward to that change that's on the experimental right
experimental,
now.
yep. Keep in mind, though, as well, that sometimes you're still going to need to pay attention because if somebody's just 99, like, they're 99% of their health, that's still going to catch, right? So we still have to be very careful with it. That's just going to help us, I think. Only we should still be looking to move to the left and to the right and be aware of where our team's at. That's going to be where we just don't have to be as extreme with it, or it'll just help us in the off cases that somebody does just randomly step in front of us. So it's more of a quality of life change than an actual buff, I would say.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Reloading.
Oh, just a little bit
I
up.
could have did that before I
Make sure we're trying to put ourselves in the line of sight to see, most of our team is that we can. So that includes paying attention to where everyone's at.
I didn't know we were gonna still contest with one person. Yep.
I have your back.
Thank you.
Very, very nice aim.
Okay.
I will keep you healed. You're going to be okay.
Nice.
You're covered.
Much obliged.
Hog, you're really far forward.
That's my job, bro.
Fair enough. Behind us. Ryan behind.
Make
I
sure that
didn't
you're
get
not.
from there.
Yeah, make sure you're not holding on to your ult. Right, you don't want to.
I could have saved her. Ah! I went into panic mode. I
Oh.
forgot everything.
Team kill.
We still got this.
I wasn't cut out for retirement anyways.
We got two. We got Nano High Noon.
This will heal you.
Let's go.
Get back in it. This will only hurt for a bit.
I should have waited a little bit longer to do that.
You're covered.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought that was Armor Cree for a second.
This is going to hurt.
So
Yeah,
the
that was bad awareness on my part. I thought that was Armor Cree.
so the
And I
nade.
didn't off it in Nano.
Yep, Nano 2. So the nade that we had thrown in initially was actually a good nade. Okay, so
Yeah.
keep in mind that even if it was early there, you
Mhm.
got that nade back by the time you had pushed in, and at the same time, when you land a nade, a good offense acts as a good defense because they were forced to back up and give up space, and that allowed you
Yeah.
guys to push in easier, right? So your team could take space easier because of that nade.
Mm.
Now I'm gonna share my screen and we're gonna go over a lot of different things.
Sure.
And then from now on, when we're going over some going through your comp games, oh sorry, I think my mic cut out there. It's from now on when we're going through our comp games, we're probably gonna be
Never stop
or sorry, I'll be talking a lot more, you through a lot more. So general synopsis over your whole gameplay. Like only got through really like half of it. So ability usage, I think really is lacking. We're not landing many. We're using it infrequently. I think with our just general mechanics, I'd probably say that's the strongest part, kind of thing that we have in our gameplay. Right, us hitting basic shots is the strongest part of our gameplay. What the heck? My mouse right click is bugging out. So that's something to keep in mind. Just so you can see kind of the difference. If I'm just holding down left click here, and you can see that I can
I
shoot.
can see your screen. Hold on.
Okay, yeah. You
Uh,
have you
oh,
are
there
can you
we
see
go.
yours?
Now I can see.
There you go. So this is holding down left click, right? You can see it's a pretty fast fire rate. I've only seen you do this, right? Where it just, I don't know, you tap it and then it just seems slower, and I could like what's weird is I could tell that you were tapping just because it looked slower. Which I've never honestly been with, like, had an auto player do that to where I had to like point that out and call it out, or at least in recent memory I've never had that happen. So you know, it's you can definitely notice the fire rate difference when you're looking for it.
Yeah.
So you definitely want to, like, you want to stop once people don't need healing anymore, so you can, conserve ammo and not just be doing this the whole time, right, on nothing. But you also want to be getting that maximum fire rate so that you're healing and damaging faster. Now, ultimate usage, I think ultimate usage is kind of mediocre. We definitely need to work on the timing of it, as well as paying attention to who we're using it on, and paying attention to tab as well. We don't press tab to see what ultimates people have, even though we talk about that kind of before the game starts. We nano this person if they have this ult, but we don't really even check to see if they have that ult, right? And then we also sometimes, like I was saying, if we nano hog just to keep him alive, but he on the regular nano hog's not gonna get much done, right? If he gets 0 kills, then we might have been better off nanoing a Genji who can get 2 plus kills usually, and possibly even get a team wipe, right? Kill 4, 5, 6 people. So Nano Genji is probably going to get a lot more value in that situation. Also, just make sure that you're not holding on to your ultimate, right? We want to use it early in fights. I think once in our first game, and in the last game that we had, we held on to it 2 fights in a row in the end, and we never ended up using it. So make sure you're not holding on to it, but you're using it in the fight that you get it, as long as the fight hasn't been won or lost yet. And on top of that, make sure that you are trying to use it early in the fight, because the earlier ultimates are used, the more they get value.
Mhm.
So, for example, let's say the enemy Ana uses Nano Boost right before we do. That Nano Boost does healing, does ton of damage. Let's say with that Nano Boost they get 2 kills. Well, now you're at a disadvantage from those two losses on your team, and you don't have as much follow up. So if we nano, then now our Nano Boost doesn't do as much because we don't have as many teammates, right? So when that means that we want to use our ults first, preferably, right? As long as the fight's happening, we want to try to use our ult first, so that our ult gets more value than their ults.
Mhm.
Okay, so on a last time we have gone over on the past, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've gone over scoped in nade tech,
Mhm.
correct? Have we gone over on a specific positioning?
Yeah. You always want to be behind cover and preferably in the high ground.
Preferably in the high ground. Okay. What about the 3 check boxes of Ana positioning? Have we gone over that?
We probably have. I don't remember what they are specifically.
All right. Well, then I'll just reiterate real quick. I don't have to do a demonstration per se, but
Yeah.
just for the first check box that we're checking off is, can we see our team? Right. We need to be able to see our team. The
Mhm.
second box we're checking off is, can the enemy team see us? We don't want them to see us usually, right? If we're standing here, the enemy team can see us, but we're just
Yeah.
healing our teams up. That's just unnecessary when we can do this. And then now we're just not taking damage and not about to die, right?
Mhm.
Now if they're all full HP and we're looking at damage, then we can just peek real quick and start shooting, and then we can just duck back when we need to heal, right?
Yeah.
Okay, third box is, can we effectively land nades and sleeps? Now this is where we got to flank angles, or sorry, not flank angles, off angles. So if our team's fighting over this corner, right, we can come through this little doorway real quick and toss a nade and then get back,
Mhm.
right? So a off angle is inherently fast and it is safe. Okay, so another one would be, let's say we're fighting over, our team's here, they're there, right? We can back up. Okay, shoot on our team, heal them up. If nobody's critical, right, we can take a detour and go 1, 2, 3, land a nade, right, and that 6-man anti-nade helps us carry the fight, right? We can
Mhm.
kind of just run them over. Now that's a safe angle, right? That's completely safe because it's up on the high ground. It's fast because it only took us 3 seconds. A flank would be if we tried to go all the way around. It takes twice as long, and that time our team can die, and it's not safe because it's very easy for them to punish us,
Mhm.
right? Now, trying to think of what else we were going to talk about. Yeah, like I was saying, I don't think I ever finished the synopsis. Yeah, so game sense and awareness are probably the other 2 things. Probably say awareness and game sense are both a medium end, right? They're both kind of in the middle. There's things that you need to work on for both of them, but they're also not as bad as your ability usage and your ultimate usage. So, just make sure with your awareness that you're looking around you, right, left, right. Make sure you're not just always staring straight forwards. Make sure you're using your ears. Every once in a while, do a 360. Press tab more often so we can see more information. Don't just stare at your crosshair. Look at your health bar. Look at your ult charge. Look at look at kill feed. Look
Mhm.
at your abilities. Look at your your ammo. The time bank. Right. There's a bunch of things to pay attention to. So
Yeah.
make sure that we're just looking around, and we'll have a higher awareness of knowing what's going on around us, and then that will in turn affect our decision making and allow us to make better decisions. I feel like I had more stuff to go over, but I guess not. So why don't we just hop into a game, and I think it'll go a little bit better because we'll go over basically I'll help you walk through stuff basically. I'll
Okay.
just tell you when to do what. With our nades, just make sure that we're trying to get it in the middle. Have we talked about this? Maybe not.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah. Okay. Just make
About
sure
it. Yeah.
make sure you're trying to get in the middle of as many people as possible. Because often I probably say like that's just one of the biggest things in our gameplay right now. Is we never land anti nades, and that just means that we're never getting that carry value that anti nades provide.
This will only
Mhm.
hurt for a minute.
Right. Okay. So probably you can hop into a game then.
Okay. I'll share my screen. Jeez, I'm already. I lost. Wait, I lost 2 games and dropped to 1604.
Sorry, can you say that one more time?
Lost 2 games and I'm all the way back down to 1604.
Oh, oof.
Now traveling to Busan. Prepare for battle.
I think Overwatch still thinks I'm ranked too high for myself.
Well, there is what you call what was it called? I haven't had to deal with it in a long while, so I forget what you call it. Performance based skill rating. So
Mm,
the game will take your stats in each individual game and compare it to other people below diamond to
mm,
see, do you have the stats of a diamond player or do you have the stats of a bronze player, right? And
uh,
it'll put you on that spectrum with stats. And if you have really good stats, then it will start to give you more SR, and if you have really bad stats, it will give you less SR.
mhm.
So it's not just that's why you'll see it's not always just going to be flat 25 SR. Above diamond it usually is just a flat 25 SR, right?
Mm,
But with you it might be more like 35, and we go up 35 down 35, right? Or something like that.
yeah.
Okay, so we didn't talk about comps. Okay, so we have Reinhardt, Zarya, and I didn't see what her DPS were.
Reaper and Widow.
Alright, so Reaper's probably going to be number 1, Reinhardt's number 2, Zarya's number 3. Okay, right now we're looking for sleep.
Yep.
Make sure you're looking around and you're listening. Okay, so
Jeez.
what composition are they on?
They are Sig, Zyra,
Okay.
Junk.
So the big thing is that they have some people that might go on flanks, right? Junkrat was behind us,
Yeah.
Mora was behind us, Genji was behind us. So make sure you're trying to stick with your team for the most part,
Mhm.
so that they can help you. So try to stick with them and be on top of them. Remember, the first thing we're looking for in a team fight, because no one's taken damage yet, is those anti-nades. So
Yeah.
right now, number one thing we're looking for is the anti-nade.
Jeez.
Okay, walked a little too far out into the open there. Make sure we're trying to stick next to cover.
Yeah. It didn't help that our Ryan kind of ditched us.
Yep.
Take your medicine.
Gee.
Okay, make sure you're paying attention to your health, right? We only need to use nade. Oh, I'll talk in a second. Sorry. We only need to use the self nade if we don't have a support next to us, if we don't have health packs
Yeah.
next to us, and if we're in danger, right? Or
Mm,
so in that situation, we have a health pack on our left. We have a support pretty much right next to us. So instead of throwing nade, press I need healing and request
mm,
healing from your support, and then that way we still have nade for the fight.
yeah. Jeez. Oh.
When you're looking for nade, make sure we're watching for where our teammates are and stepping to the side of them and paying attention so that they're not jumping in front of us. Make sure we're
Yeah.
looking to use our ult here, right? We don't want to hold on to it. So,
Yep,
yep.
that was early. And there's also, I think, oh. Oh. Oh, man. This just... I don't like this
Like,
map anyways, but, it's just about a game.
fighting one or two
Rough.
people. What's happening?
Doesn't help that our,
I've come.
tanks keep leaving us out to dry.
Yep, so try to do your best to stick with the tanks, right? You can't stick with Reinhardt if he charges in, right? But you can
Mhm.
try to do your best to stick with the Zarya, because she doesn't have any faster of a movement speed than you do.
Yeah.
Okay, so on Reaper, again, Reaper's going to be number 1. If he has his ultimate, Reinhardt's number 2, and then Zarya's number 3. Make sure that they're actually near people, right? And we're
Yeah.
not using it too early and not too late. We kind of want to get that good timing going.
Mhm. Don't worry, our Reinhardt's jumping in.
Probably, no, that's fine. Where he's at.
Yep. That's fair.
Probably want to just stick up here on the high ground.
I didn't need to do that.
Yep. Remember, first thing we're looking for each fight is the nade, because nobody's going to be
Reloading.
critical at the very beginning of a fight. Reinhardt, focus the Reinhardt heals, right? If he's
Yeah, I know. It's
try to get to
not
the
in
side
my-
of that pillar. Right? If he's not going to move into your line of sight, you try to get to his line of sight.
Yeah.
في الامتحان يكرم المرء أو يهان.
You are not healing. That is a lie, sir. That last fight, you were the last to die, and I did not get healed.
Unfortunate. Just attempt to go for the sleep there, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
This is much better than a cabana on the beach. أنا هاخد بالي منك.
Okay. Looking for a nade on the Genji right about now, right? We want to kind of try to take that duel.
Oh, man. Dang it.
Yeah. Quite frankly, we just have kind of missed every single one. So
Yes,
just
we
in
have.
a so in a quick play game, or like, just practice them. So when you're out, I'll talk more after this round, sorry, or after the fight. Make sure we're looking to use our ult here. Yeah, it's pretty decent. Don't step into the grab. Okay, right now I'm looking to use a kind of a scope in nade, right? Get that long distance nades in.
I heard scope in, and I scoped in and naded, and it was not good. I.
I've come back from worse.
Dang it, man.
All right, so
I have all these games where I'm like doing amazing, hitting everything, doing all the good stuff, and then I have 3 games, I'm just looking like this.
Yep. And it's always gonna be our goal to try to get consistency, right? We're trying to make it so that
Yeah.
we're playing the same most of the time. Now you're all like always gonna have off days, but we try to do our best to try to make it so that we don't have as many off days.
Yeah.
So probably say biggest thing is that pretty much throughout the entire game we didn't land like one ability, and that's really gonna hit us hard in terms of impact that we have. So
Yeah.
make sure that like after done our session, right, throughout your kind of while you're playing and practicing, go into quick play, go into free for alls while you're waiting, like in queues, right? And just make sure you're putting all of your brain power and all of your thought into landing nades and sleeps. Go in the training range and just get a feel for them, because it just doesn't really seem like we have the arcing right for the nade, and we're always either chucking it super high or we're chucking it too low. We just don't have the arc right, and we're not landing it. And with sleeps, what was it with sleeps? With sleeps, maybe we're trying to flick it too much. That's
Yeah.
really what it always is with lower Anas is, you have good aim, and then all of a sudden it comes to sleep, and you're just going blah, and you're just like going all over the place with it. So just make sure it's essentially sleep. All sleep is it's just a shot, right? Think of your unscoped left click. It's just a projectile. You don't have to do a crazy flick. You're just trying to predict them very slightly of their movement, right? You're just right in front of where they're moving. And you don't try to keep it steady. Don't try to flick it. And then that's really I recommend as the number one takeaway from this session is just that's the number one thing to practice at.
Yeah.
All right, so I mean, we still, of course, we come to the number one takeaway when we still have an hour and 20 minutes left of the session. So, do you want to continue? Do you feel like you're playing like really, really bad right now? Would you prefer to maybe go over some replays?
Sure. Yeah, I feel like I am like just feel it like everything I'm doing every second, like right after I finish something, I'm like, I did that so poorly.
Oh, all right. So,
Jeez, look at this.
yeah,
You know what? We're gonna maybe not. Cause see, I'm like crushing in every other one of my games.
maybe the Route 66 loss. It looks like that's pretty close and 14
Yeah,
minutes long.
that was a close one.
Traveling to Route 6.
You want to share the replay with me?
Oh, yeah, that would probably make a lot more sense, wouldn't it? Let's do that. Sure.
All right, 1 second.
Traveling to Route 66. Ready for battle.
All right. So combustion, right?
Yes.
So we're working with a team help. Okay, we're red team. We're working. Well, let's see what the last person is. Okay, so we have a monkey, Zarya, Torb. Okay, so Lucio's no good, Widow's no good. I think honestly, you don't have a problem with picking out who to nano. You're perfect. You know who to nano usually. The problem is we don't carry that through, right? We kind of have a plan, but once the game starts, we kind of throw the plan out the window and then nano on a whim, and we don't
Yeah.
press tab to check who has ults. We don't pay attention to like maybe the best situation to use ults. We have the plan set at the beginning, so I think we're fine on that end, right? You always like I ask you and you know the good target priorities, except for it just doesn't really pan out that way while we're in game. So really make sure that in between fights that you're looking to press tab, when you're like 80-90% to your ult, you press tab, see okay, does anybody have ult, right? To combo with, right? And then that way we can look to combo it. Now with this comp, we're not comboing with any ults. Monkey would probably be number 1, full charge Zarya number 2, and then I honestly none of the other 3 are very good nano targets, so I'd probably try to stick it with those 2.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Escort the payload.
Okay, yep, going up to the high ground I think is a good idea here. Probably just follow them up there, right? From here, we can see team, we can come up kind of to here and chuck a nade in from this angle, right? And just hit everybody. Or we could even do this from here, and this might be even safer, right? How perfect of a nade angle is that, right?
Oh yeah.
Get 4 people, then that creates space. That means that they can't heal. Really good chance that we get a bunch of kills out of it. Oh, don't drop from the high ground positioning, right? Make sure we're holding on to that high ground. Okay, so you aware of what that's called right there? What Symmetry just did?
I don't know what it's called, but I just know she teleported all her turrets behind.
Yep, that's called a TP bomb, right?
Yeah.
So essentially, you just gotta keep an eye out for those, since Symmetra does look like she wants to do them. So make sure we're paying attention to her backline, and if she does that, and it's like right on top of us, toss a nade down. That heals us and breaks all the turrets.
Okay.
Okay, right now, okay, first check box. Can we see the majority of our team? No, not really. Second one, or not second one. Second one we're good on, right? No enemies can see us. But third one as well, right? Can we land nades? Also no. Maybe up here again, better positioning. Now we can see one extra person, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, right? That's more than 3. And then on top of that, we also are able to land nades a lot better from here because you
Yeah.
get that downwards angle, which allows you to just kind of how do you even say that? Nades from above are much easier to land than nades from the side.
I get stressed playing on the high ground because like my teammates like to stand in the one position where I can't hit them.
No, usually, like if we peek correctly, we're able to see pretty much straight below, right?
Yeah.
Like, as long as we're not jumping from high ground, and if we absolutely need to because someone's critical and about to die, then go for it, right? There's no
Mhm.
reason to stick on the high ground that somebody's about to die, but most of the
Never stop
time,
fighting
we
for
can
what you believe
peek
in.
off the high ground and are able to see them, right? Because look, we can look pretty much just edge to the
Yeah.
side here and look straight down at them when they're right below us. Is there a way that I can get to a? I don't. Maybe I have to swap a fauna here. Can what's a flight character? Go whatever. Right.
Personality synchronization
You can come up here.
100%.
Oh, snap.
Good to
I
be
don't know why I
back.
went Echo because that's a cooldown. I should have gone Farah. Where's Farah?
I will protect the innocent.
All right. So right, you can stand on the edge here, right, and just kind of peek over. We can crouch to lower our movement speed, and then that way it's easier to not slide off, right?
Mhm.
And then just peek, right? And then now we can see them, right? Even though they're right, pretty much directly below us. But if we're up here and our team's just hiding underneath the bridge, right? And like we can't get to our team and they're all critical
Mhm.
and about to die, go ahead and drop. No reason not to.
Yeah.
But if there's no reason to drop, then try to keep up on the high ground, right? Because we can
Okay.
just crouch an inch to the side. The big one is crouch because when you crouch, you have a lowered movement speed, so that helps you control your movement a little bit better. Right, that way you're not about to just walk to the side and fall off.
Mhm.
Map Route 66 is comp imported. Hopefully this is it.
Traveling to Route
Ready for
66.
battle.
Yep.
Get here. I
Hey,
have your back.
monkey came back. Okay, abilities haven't been used yet, or we, not frequently here. If we just go back and look, last time we used it was now, right? So we've had
Mhm.
these for 3, 2, 1,
I have your
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can't remember. I can never remember what the cooldowns are. I think it's
Like 11 or
Tekken.
12 or something.
Yeah, I'll have to relook at those. But by this point, we would have been able to have another one. Okay, 11,
the scratch.
12,
Fine.
13. Okay, it's a 10-second cooldown for your nade. Okay, so it's a 10. We could have had a whole other nade in this time.
Mhm.
Right, sleep, same thing. I think sleep might be 12 seconds. Cannot recall though. Right, even from
Yeah, I
here.
could have gone to sleep there. Yeah.
Yep. Remember, like when they're all clumped up in that corridor, all we have to do is just line it up here. What are we gonna need sleep for anytime soon? Right? They're not on dive, right? Do they have any flankers besides maybe Symmetra?
No.
No. So we're not gonna need sleep super frequently. It is
Mhm.
only a 12-second cooldown, which yes is a little bit long, but it doesn't warrant holding on to it for 30 seconds. So we
Mhm.
look down a corridor, we fire it down this corridor, we sleep a tank, and then that gets us some value rather than holding on to it and getting no value. Right? Just got to look for like right now we should be looking to maybe walk up like here. We can heal our team, and then we can just kind of peek and toss in a nade from this angle and then back up, right?
Mhm.
We just want to be looking to open up with that aggressive anti-nade, which you just never are looking for it is the issue. And then when we are looking for it, for example, like in our last game that we tried, we looked for it quite a bit, except for we just missed every single time.
Yeah.
So we got to put ourselves in positions and then, watch out for shields, right?
Mhm.
Taking an angle like this completely bypasses the shield.
Yeah.
Taking an angle where we're a little bit closer, right? We can again bypass the shield if we maybe stand here, we peek for here for like about half a second, right? It only takes half a second to toss a nade, and then now look again, no shield in the way, 3 people clumped up in a little ball here. We get 3 people, and then that's instant value. right?
Mhm.
So really, really work on that placement so we can get it in a lot easier.
Yeah.
Right, see that's the type of aggression you want to be looking for when you are looking for your nade. We just went in
Mhm.
and got out really easily. We didn't die, and we got a
Mhm.
sleep off for free. Except for we should look to do that when we have our nade available. Push up, land the nade, and then maybe land the sleep afterwards while you're backing up.
Mhm.
Okay, so whenever we are right about here, okay,
That's
we're,
when one should have naded or.
no, right about here,
Mhm.
80% to our ult. This is where now we are pretty much using our ult before we get it. We are thinking I'm 80% of my ult. I'm gonna be getting this fight. What am I doing with it? Right? You're thinking to your head. If you have any characters that have combos, we are pressing tab right here, right now.
Mhm.
And then that way we are prepared, right? So now we're 84, 84, 88, right? We're paying attention to that ult charge. We land 2, 3 shots from now, from this point on, we will have our ult, right? So we should be
Mhm.
thinking about how we can use that. Okay, probably going on Monkey or Zarya. So we're paying attention to Zarya at full charge, right? What's Zarya's ult charge looking like? Now we have our ult. Where's Monkey at? Okay, we see Monkey's in there brawling. This might be a situation where we can just pretty much just pop this on Monkey right now and he'll be able to just get value out of it. Or we can go for Zarya
Yeah.
because Zarya's also full charge. So really we can go for either of them. We just want to use it fast.
Mhm.
Okay, the other thing to keep in mind is that we have, if we're pressing tab, we have swapped to McCree, so that is also a really good nano target we can go for.
Mhm.
I'd probably say Nano High Noon is that's difficult. That's gonna be situational. It
Yeah.
can trump the other two in the certain situation, but then it also could be worse. It depends on if you see McCree, if you see the enemy teams right here, and the McCree is standing right here, and he has a high noon angle, and they have nowhere to go, nano him. But if there's nobody there to high noon, then Nano's gonna get 0 value. So you really just have to see, is high noon about to get value.
Yeah.
Okay, don't hold on to it. Big thing so far. When was the last time I used abilities? Okay, coming off a cooldown here. Okay, so sleep. Okay, we'll do it from the time we get both abilities, right? Okay, so both abilities. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi. Okay, it looks
Walking
like
Kubo.
maybe we were walking forwards to land the nade.
Yeah, I think I was at that point. I was.
Yep, just gotta be careful of this, right? If you see a Reinhardt walking straight at you, this is where we
Mhm.
maybe launch in a sleep, right? If we see Reinhardt not holding up a shield, launch in a sleep. Oh, we stayed alive. Very, very good, good nade and sleep there.
Mhm.
Okay, it's just always coming delayed.
Yeah. Let's see.
Get in there.
Right.
I was trying to nano the monkey.
Yeah, I see who you're trying to nano.
Yeah.
Trying to see, is this Lucio stepping in the way?
Get in there.
Um, this looks like this might be like. So, what did you lower your nano boost sensitivity down to? Because this looks like you have your crosshair on the monkey.
Let's see. Uh, options. Nano sensitivity.
Maybe it's not counting because it's on the signpost. I have no clue.
Uh, 60. Why is it 61? Probably meant to be 60, but
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, well that sounds right about right. I guess the only thing to just make sure that you're doing is it's the exact same thing with your nade. Make sure that you're paying attention to where your teammates are so that they don't run in front of you, and you're moving to the side if they are about to run in front of you. In this
mhm.
situation, that's kind of unfortunate. I don't know if it's because it of the nano boost sensitivity, or if it's because you're maybe your crosshairs on the sign rather than the monkey. Um, but they should have gone monkey. But just the big thing is make sure you're paying attention to where your team's at, right?
Yeah.
That way they don't step in front of you. And decent self heals, right? When we use this, we are using this when 3 of our teammates are pretty low on HP, so that's I think that's pretty good usage.
Healing enough.
Good awareness of when you're taking damage there.
That's much
I think for a
better.
silver, your awareness is actually pretty good. I'm saying in general, I'm saying your awareness is mediocre. I think that's in general, but I think for a silver, you have above average. I just couldn't get the words out. You have very above average awareness of what's going on around you. The average silver wouldn't even know that a Torbjorn turret is shooting at them here
Healing
and get behind cover. So really good usage of good awareness that you're getting shot at, and then good awareness to get behind cover because you're getting shot at. Really good here.
That's much better.
And that's how the West.
Right, but keep up that, try to get that awareness to be consistent, not turn it off. So I mean,
That's much better.
so that we're not tossing nades when there's nothing there.
Yeah, I think I thought I wasn't expecting him to run off the back door there because he was in when I was like in the mindset of okay, I'm gonna throw this nade to try and get him a heal, and then he ran out the back door.
Which you can see teammates through walls, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So keep in mind, we can't see him through the back wall.
Yeah.
Also on top of that, he's not really low. Wait, no, he is low enough. What the heck? Why isn't it? He's only. Why is he just yellow? Oh, he just got his health back. He was just 1 HP.
hmm
Yeah, he's yellow. So like, if we look at his HP, right, a nade's not warranted to heal 5 HP. So keep in mind that as well, right? You when people are low, they will have different shades. Is it shades or is it just I know it's he's critical, right? It says he's critical. He gets healed. Now he's yellow. He's green, then he's yellow, right?
And that's how the West was won. Payload in transit.
All right.
I have your back.
Turret ahead. Use caution. Enemy turret destroyed. Excuse me for dropping in.
Die feeder.
All right. Looks like we're gonna have to talk about something very momentarily.
It's quiet.
All right. So, when card is right here, where is the
Yeah,
one
opposite.
place that the enemy team has to go?
On the cart.
Yep. So, where's the most dangerous place for you to be?
Exactly where I was.
Yep. So, cart. Who pushes cart will depend on where cart is. So, every single payload map will, as if you win each fight, will roughly take 2 fights. Okay. First hold will happen right around this area, this bend. Okay. Second hold will happen right at the end. Okay. First hold will happen down this road right here. Right. Second hold will happen right at the end. First hold will happen either at probably at this bend up here, right? Second hold will happen right at the end, right? So there's as long as you win both fights and there's no staggering. Sometimes you can get it down to 1 fight if you, for example, they just push forward with 2 people and you kill them, and then 2 more people push forward and you kill them, and so forth, right? And then you get a bunch of kills in. Then it might just be 1 fight, right? But other than that, we're usually gonna take 2 fights, right? Or if we lose some fights, that's the other situation. But
Yeah.
so in this first stretch right here, this is where we can be on cart. We can be on cart all the way up into like right here. And then once we're on this bend, we probably want to be looking to reposition because we can probably
Yeah.
this would be much better positioning to where, from here we have cover. we have the option to land nades from if they come this side. We can chuck in a nade by doing the scoping tech from up here, and then we can also heal pretty much anywhere on the fight from here. And then they can't really come and contest us super easily because they have to worry about cart. So that's pretty much going to apply for all payloads.
Okay.
I'll rest when the fighting is done.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
You have no idea how many ults I see wasted by usually it's by the enemy team mostly, but right after we take take a point, it's like we take the point and then they grab us, and I'm like, thanks.
Yeah. Which sometimes you can that doesn't if as long it really comes down to like which team won the fight. Taking the point, yes, is a big thing, but they can still, if they didn't all die, right? Let's say they just accidentally got off point. If they still have their whole team, then yeah, that grab should be needed because they want to win the fight anyways. But yeah, in silver, yes, you'll see a lot of what you call over ulting.
I knew you could do it.
Good sleep, good nade. I really like that. Here, when we go for the sleep on ball, we kind of just go from we hear it, and we are already aiming at the ground, and we sleep him once he comes down. That's actually that's very good awareness and very good good sleep habits, right? Make sure you're not trying to hit him while he's in the middle coming down. You want to hit him either when he's up in the air or when he's on the ground, not in the middle.
I knew you could do it.
Yeah, I think my biggest problem is consistency, because like I don't think I'm playing as bad in this game as I was in any of the 3 games that you watched me play. Yeah, definitely not using abilities enough though.
Right, and then when we do use them like that, they just kind of don't get value. So probably big thing, big takeaway, work on ability usage, work on, then second biggest will probably be work on our ultimate usage, and then maybe third, and then from there on, it's just a lot of tinier things. Positioning could use a bit of work. Make sure we're looking to position after fights, position on high ground more, position to where we can see our team, to where we can use nades. I think we're doing good on making sure we're next to cover. I think we're doing pretty decent on that end, and then all of the tinier things that we've discussed along the way. Nade, yes. Sleep, yes. Huge. 2 big abilities, secure to kill, saved our life. Trying to stand. Sorry, never mind. In that situation, it's fine because he already won the fight. Okay, looking to use her ult. Kree doesn't have high noon, so we're good. We also have a soldier now, so he doesn't have his ult, but so we're not nanoing him. We have grab. We have so probably looking just for Monkey or Zarya here, whichever one is lower HP. If Zarya is full energy, which does look like she is, right? So, are you aware of how to tell that, right?
Yeah, if she's glowing.
Yep. So watch for that. So either one of the tanks here, we're good. Just as long the big thing is you just want to work on the timing this fight.
Escorting the payload.
That was a bad thing. I wasn't expecting to get knocked up that far.
Good sleep there. Okay, a little bit out of position, right? Look at where we are in relation to our team, right here. Where relatively to our team, where are we?
In front.
Yep, not where we want to be, and then that means that, and we also just kind of stay there, and that means that Doom comes in, just makes it very dangerous for us. So be careful about being in front of your team.
Yeah.
For long periods of time, at least. You can do that to maybe get an ability off. Look at banana boost. We got a kill. Out in the open, right?
Yeah.
No cover. Make sure we're positioning next to cover. We're also pushed up a little far here. Oh, that's not combustion.
القرار يعلم الشطار.
How didn't you know I switched to tank during this game?
Okay, we held on to Nano that fight, looking to use it again here, right? Big thing. On top of just like basically whenever we're using abilities in our ultimate, I'm pairing both of them together here. We're looking for not just quality, which you do lack a lot of quality with them. You're also looking for quantity to where we're not holding it on for long periods of time, because in that time that we like, if we're holding onto our ult for 2 fights, in those 2 fights we could have had a second ult, right, which gets us double the value. Okay. In that time that we saved sleep and nade, we could have had twice the amount of nades and twice the amount of sleeps. That gets us double the value of those as long as we're using them. But then on top of that, we can't just kind of toss them out, right? We can't just toss our ult on any random person. We can't toss sleep on any random person. We can't toss nade on any random person, right? We need to aim them. We need to make sure that, or really with sleep and nade, the big thing is we want to make sure we're aiming it to land it correctly. And then with our ult, we want to make sure we're picking the right person and the right timing. So we really need to work on that to where we're getting up quality, but also quantity, and we're not sacrificing one for the other. Okay, so what we can do to help with that, and that can help us think through it better and look for it, is we can start thinking about how we're going to use these before we get them, right? We already talked about this with our ult. Think about how we're using ult when we're 80 or 90, not when after we already have it. Think about how we're using our sleep and our nade when we're at 2 seconds away, 4 seconds away, and then once we're coming up on it, we're spamming shift or spamming our what is it, E to throw our nade, so that it's coming out pretty much as soon as we need it, right? That way we're using it off of cooldown every time we get it, but then we're also getting quality out of it because we're thinking through how we're using it. Okay, we want to make sure we're using our ult here. It's unfortunate. Don't focus on him too much. Not gonna be able to kill him.
Yeah.
Like, not a very high likelihood that we win that duel unless he's previously low. And to win that duel just takes a lot of time out of the fight, right? And us not paying attention means that we end up losing another teammate, right? Soldier ends up dying. And by this point, fight's pretty much over. Oh, we get a counter pick, so now it's now we're only down one person. We land the sleep, so it's actually looking decent. But again, we're holding on to our ult too long, right? We want to be using it this at the beginning of the fight. Right. Really, at any point here would just be better than.
Yeah, then holding it. Yeah, I was holding it way too long here.
Okay, so we've now we have Visor. Visor's the new best thing to go for, but he ended up getting frozen.
Use it here, I think.
What do you say?
I think I use it on this Visor because he gets out of freeze. Maybe. No. Maybe I didn't because he was frozen.
Yep. If you did, I would say like, yeah, probably no. The freeze is gonna make him run out of like 90% of that, and then he's gonna have 1 second left on Visor.
I'm glad I did not.
Oh, boost Theo twice in a row, right? Make sure that we're putting extra thought into this, extra effort. Make sure we're not getting these wrong. The big thing is the quality is on top of the quantity, right? So when we're tossing this, make sure we have we have really good aim, right? We consistently hit basic shots when it comes to just healing people up, but then as soon as it comes to Nano, we just go whoopsie and go phew, and as soon as we're looking for our nade, we just toss it into nothingness. But we have fantastic mechanics, right? Mechanics is our strongest suit, but then all of a sudden it just goes out of the window when we're looking for an ability. So really make sure that we're looking to keep our crosshair on top of the monkey when we're trying to land this, and we're not letting Lucio step in front of it, right? If we see Lucio's right here and we don't have our crosshair on monkey, don't press Q. Wait until Lucio's out of the way, right? Or we're now what would happen if we press Q like in a second later, right? Now we're looking straight at monkey. Lucio's not in the way. This hits monkey, not Lucio. Ooh, could
I
cut it.
I was searching for that angle without actually trying to look at it, but
Cutting it a little bit close there. Oh, it's unfortunate. What ended up getting us killed there?
the baby diva. I was
Yeah.
12 HP. I didn't. I had oh no, I didn't.
Okay,
Just
so
used it. That's right.
good nade. 1,
Mhm.
2, 3 people with it. We just maybe walked a little too far in the open to get that, right? No cover
Yeah.
anywhere near us. And then that just means Diva kind of walked at us and we die.
Mm.
So just make sure that we're not out in the open and then we don't die.
This is
Mm.
looking good.
Always work, good shot.
Do 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 do.
I wasn't cut out
60
for
seconds
retirement.
All right.
remaining.
Watching your back.
I didn't need to use a nade there. Mm.
Yep, very correct.
Get back in the fight. Heal up.
Yeah, again, we're kind of trailing out. You know, we're trailing from this side where we're behind our team. Enemy team
Yeah.
can't see us. We can see our team. If we need to go for a nade, we just go like this. Boop. They don't have shields. We just need to watch out for DM. But we're leaving the comfort of the good positioning and cover to walk out into the open in the middle of our team where we're going to be taking a lot extra damage, right? So just be careful about that.
Yeah.
And هاخد بالي.
30 seconds remaining.
Time to raise my APM.
Get back in the fight. You're called out. Get in there.
Visor activated.
All right. We landed the nanovisor. Good, good, good. Little bit aggressive positioning there. Just got to be a little bit careful on that end.
Take your escort.
But,
Yeah.
okay, we got the combo off.
That was because we had the we had to
Yep.
be on point.
Right. Good ultimate usage there. Make sure you're standing behind your Reinhardt.
冻住，不许走！
Oh, don't get off point. Pocket the Lucio. You're gonna have to be on point. All right.
Yeah. It was that they had like 10 ult. They had like 2 or 3 ults that were just you know, if I walked out I would be dead, but I could
Yep.
have.
So in that scenario, do your best to keep Lucio up alive because he's the only one contesting cart.
I gotcha.
And then if you see him die, you have to kind of try to sprint in and try to touch it. So if we see
Yeah.
him that he's about to die, we probably want to be like right here and then just go whoop over the edge and then touch. Right.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. All right.
Complete. Ready
All right.
for battle.
Bastion probably number 1. Oh, we have a lot of great nano targets now. Okay, Bastion number 1, Soldier number. Oh, okay. Looking at their comp, right? Their comp will matter too. Soldier number 2, because they don't have a ton of shields, and we also have some high grounds. And then besides that, Ryan Zarya, 3 and 4.
Mm.
So
I think we get wrecked by this Sombra here. I think the Sombra destroys us.
5,
keep in mind with Sombra.
3,
If you need to, if you're not paying attention or you don't have the reaction time right, just toss a nade because that can help cancel hack, right? So if we first off, we just have to be aware of and try to be watching out for her and try to do our best with watching for Doomfist as well with the sleep, right? But other than that, if we don't have the reaction time to land the sleep or anything like that, toss the nade and that way we can cancel the hack, right?
attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
Hold fast. Do not let them through.
Yeah, this probably isn't best positioning because I can't really hit grenades.
Yeah, hit nades from here. So
I could be up behind that sign.
the only
and then-
time I would maybe position in this spot is if I knew that they were on a full dive. That would be the only time I position here because if they're on a full dive, they're not really going to be able to contest as much from here, especially like if we're hiding from them, right? They're not gonna know we're here, especially on the first fight. Now maybe after the first fight, then they might know we're here, and it might be better to stand next to our team. But especially for this, really other than that, we just want to be closer so that we can land those nades, right?
Hmm.
Pretty much it.
Yeah, this is the point where the
Woo! Good.
the Zarya is calling for us to jump off the high ground. First of all, I think it's way too early for us to jump off the high
Yep.
ground. Second, I kind of listened to her anyways because I didn't want to sit there and like argue with her. So I think I do
Yeah.
just hop off the high ground, but I was like, this is not the time to jump off the
Yeah.
high ground.
And like unless they're about like the basically we can just play to win this fight because
Mhm.
it's fairly unlikely that if we're sitting up here mowing them out down with a bastion with the better positioning that they're going to be able to just waltz
Yeah.
cart past us. And if they do, we're and silvers probably won't know this, but for
Mhm.
higher ranks, you can actually tanks can contest them from the high ground here.
Mhm.
And then on top of that, here that we don't even she's calling to drop when the cart's not even there, right? That's way, again, like you said, way too early to drop. So yes, you're correct, that's too early to want to drop.
I was proud of that sleep.
Yeah, very, very nice. Right, so we got 2 picks, pretty much won that fight.
Go. I'll keep you here.
Alright, yeah, from here we're just not in a position to land stuff. Okay, now we are in a little bit better positioning, but we dropped from high ground, like you said. So not the best now, because now from
I
our
can't see my team. Yeah.
from our current position, not the best angle on our team from high ground, not the best. Oh, sorry, burp there. Excuse me. Not the best way to land abilities, right? And then this is also out in the open, so we now gave up some pretty decent positioning, right, to
Mhm.
not checking any of our boxes.
Yeah. Yeah. I end up just like, okay, everybody just hop off.
You're going to be okay.
All right, make sure we're paying very close attention to our front line. Who on our team is the most likely to take the most damage at kind of at any point during the game? I guess role wise or kind of or positional wise.
Usually the main tank.
Yep, usually the main tank because they're on the front line. When you're on the front line, right, you have everyone behind you. You're
Mhm.
taking most of the damage. So we got to make sure we're paying extra close attention to the main tank,
Yeah.
especially when the alternatives aren't super important, right?
This
If
will help.
what are we looking at? We're looking at Doomfist, right? Zarya killed Doomfist there.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep. So we can we can maybe look at him, but after he's dead, is Zarya in urgent need of care,
No.
right? So we just
You're
the
going to be
situations
okay.
where Reinhardt's critical, we're dealing with maybe menial, like kind of not super important tasks. So
Yeah.
make sure we're keeping our priorities straight and we're looking around and being aware of what's going on around us.
Sombra online.
At this point, I should be backing up. I don't know why I'm walking into this
Yeah.
perfectly.
Just out in the open, not
Yeah.
good positioning. Sorry, I was coughing.
How good?
So yeah, basically just the whole first point here is just positional stuff. Right. Alright, skippity skip skip. Alright, fantastic res. Oh my goodness. Absolutely outdid herself there.
You're not getting rid of me that easily.
Alright.
I was thinking, I was like, you res while you were the only one alive on the healer.
Alright. So coming up on Nano, we're pressing tab. Bastion, right? Probably number 1. Bastion's good with ult or without ult. So we're probably just gonna go from here. Just make sure that he can actually see the enemy team. Even if he's not using his ult, if we pop a nano on him when the fight's starting, he'll probably go for his ult, right? He'll probably just press Q. Or he'll start shooting at stuff. Either or is good. So just be looking to use it on Bastion here. Oh, Super close, but I like that you went for the abilities, and we actually landed on nade, so really, really good. Right, so, yes, we're on high ground, but high ground positioning can be used poorly. Why is this high ground positioning being used poorly?
No cover.
Yep.
And I can't back up to
Yep.
cover myself.
Exactly, right? There's some high grounds, right? Like here, for example, they
Mm.
see us, now they can't see us, but there's nowhere to back up to, and we're out in the open to where we're not behind positioning. So bad positioning because we're not using cover.
I remember I was like, the turret is chasing me. It was just riding the payload towards me.
That's funny. All right, we drop into a shadow here. That's funny. All right, bad positioning. Pretty much for the second time in a row. So I'd probably say that's maybe moved up to our number 3 most important thing, aside from ability usage and ultimate usage. And actually, uh, on top of it, like positioning will impact our ability usage for the most part. So
Yeah.
that actually becomes maybe even moving up to our number 2 thing, because where we position ourselves is going to heavily impact our ability to be able to land nades aggressively and sleeps aggressively.
Mhm.
So make sure we're positioning next to cover. With our team, we're trying to check off all 3 of those boxes.
Mhm.
Right. Nano still held on to it. Bastion still. Want to make sure we're not holding on to that again.
Mhm.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
You remember that turret? Me neither.
I could have repositioned to the high ground there.
Um.
No,
Yes,
maybe.
yes and no. The issue is the high ground's not always the play, right? The high
Yeah,
ground's pretty far away from everything.
that's true.
Yes, from this high ground we can maybe chuck in a nade, so that's okay. But from here we can also like maybe get some nades from
Mhm.
behind shields. I think either or works.
Okay.
Really, there's no flank angle that you can go for here. Um. So I guess reevaluating the situation, because you can't really go for flank angles. Maybe if you have the high ground already here, then this high ground becomes much better, because look at this angle that it provides you.
Mm.
But reevaluating the situation because of where they're at, yes, the high ground where Bastion's at probably would be the best. That,
Mm.
or we could also be up here too, right? Either or. But technically we don't have a way to get to that unless we go all the way around. So that's where
Yeah.
we'd go after the fight.
Mhm.
Or not, I'm dumb. Sorry. Again, I apologize. I just messed up a few of my things that I just told you there. Never mind. After the fight's done, you're repositioning here, not there. No reason to be up
Yeah.
there. You're here. Oh, good heals, good awareness, good like that. That was based all of audio, so good job. Again, very high above average for a silver player. Even gold and plats will struggle to hear that.
Mm. Yeah, I had to turn off this music in my game because it was getting in the way.
Yep, I did that probably within like my first couple of months playing the game.
You're powered up. Get in there.
All right, so
I could have ulted the Bastion.
I don't even know where
Um.
Bash is at. Yeah, Bash is there. Yeah, I honestly, it's okay. It's not
Mm.
worse, not the best. Maybe we could have used it earlier in the fight on the Bash before people are critical, and then we don't need to use it on the Reinhardt. But in that situation, that's fine. Okay, good job.
Gotcha.
Right.
I tried to flick that too hard.
I think we might have tried to go for a nade. To be honest, that happens with me. I don't like. I used to play Ana all the time, and now like I don't, and that means that when I do play Ana, I know what I'm supposed to do, but I don't do it. so I'll like it. I kind of go cross wired with what I'm trying to do, and I'll try to go for a sleep and innate at the same time, and I'll end up shooting a sleep into the floor. So that looks like it might be what happens here.
It might have been.
So here, okay, audio and visual. Hog on our right. Hog kills Bastion and kill feed. Here, Bastion dying on our right. We had good audio just a second ago, or good audio awareness just a second ago, but then we kind of lose that here, where we're not really looking top right.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of hit the ground with that one. All right. Yeah, I think the defense, the overarching thing was on top of our ability usage and on top of our ult usage was the big position, like
Yeah.
our positioning.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
think if we, I said this to my friend after the game. I was like, I think we would have won that if we had just stayed on the high ground for that first defense.
All right. So 30 minutes left. You got any other replays you want to go over?
Let's see. So many of them are what we either what we played today or just
Yeah.
steamroll wins.
Yeah, look at the look at the time in the game that can give you an indication of how close it was, and then also try to take a look at what the kind of score was.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah, I guess this game of Dorado was really long. Well, let's see how it looks. Send it over to you.
All right.
Traveling to Dorado. Ready for battle.
In in-game, I guess.
Ready for battle.
Combustion. There we are. Right. So we first off are late. Second off, we're running with a Genji, McCree, Ryan Zarya. Okay, so this map is a little bit
I
more.
remember this. There was something was happening outside of the game, and it made me be late. And I think it actually lost us this first point.
All right. I would assume maybe because Ryan's up that far. First off, Reinhardt shouldn't be up that far. That's something that's gonna
Yeah.
get better once you're out of silver. But Reinhardt should not be right there usually. That was I've only ever seen that in Goats meta, which I don't even know. I don't. Do you know what Goats is?
Yeah.
Yeah, that only ever happened in Goats meta that you'd hold that close. I don't know if I've. And then only in a scrimmage environment where you're playing with teammates that you know. That's the only time that I've ever seen anybody hold there at a higher rank. Nobody holds there. Everyone holds here to start off. So that's a silver thing, but yeah, that's unfortunate that you start off late here. Genji #1 pick, McCree #2 pick because this map's very open and has a lot of high grounds, and then Ryan probably in Zarya #3, 2 and 3, or 3 and 4. Right. Yep. So by the time I get in position, everyone's already dead. So that's unfortunate. Try to be on time if you can. But
Yeah,
if
no,
you
that was just an external
Yeah.
issue caused me to be a little bit late.
Right. At this point, we are doing what you call a stagger. We
Yeah.
are going to probably end up dying here anyways. Very unlikely that we're going to be able to make it out, and then that means that we are just prolonging our death. Alright, so we ended up making it out. So, everything I just said was wrong, but
Probably. It was still a bad decision.
Yeah, probably still a bad decision. So in that situation, either you back up faster or you look to
Just die.
run in and die,
On
right?
point.
Because we kind of stayed in too long. Now, just because a mistake isn't punished doesn't mean it's not a mistake, right? Because let's say
Mhm.
this is a gold team, a platinum team, a grandmaster team, they will be more likely to push forward faster and kill you than a
Mhm.
silver team will.
Yeah.
This will help.
Sorry, I had a coughing fit there. Right, so
I don't know why I didn't use the nade earlier to
yep,
say. Oh, it was on.
you
Yep.
kind of
Actually, it was on cooldown.
no, son, that's just because you're using sleep
Oh no,
that you can't use
it was like 0.5 seconds ago. I think it was. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, okay.
You're going to be okay.
I don't think you
Yeah.
need.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
I would have been using it to save the Ryan there.
Yep. Big old thing there. Probably wait till they group up here, right? And then that's Nade, save Reinhardt,
Mhm.
purple, maybe purple. She might be too far away though, right?
Mhm.
Just chuck it straight in the middle there, and you're good. That's a fantastic nade. But we go for the sleep instead, which is the problem, which is a big problem. And then we also kind of
This will
chuck
help.
nades straight at the ground instead of trying to get it on them.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're still even because they, for some reason, Farah died, and we also got a kill. So we're still 4v4. This is a winnable fight. Oh, okay. Kind of jumped on his head. There, maybe instead of trying to run in them, just back up and, you know, no reason to run in them if you know that's going to kill you.
Yeah. I think I was stuck on the corner there, wasn't I? I don't think there was anywhere else for me to go.
Door?
No, I know, but I'm talking about where, because I was all the way over in that opposite corner.
Over here? Where?
No, like over like all like other side of the map corner. I think.
Over here? Where?
Yeah,
I don't. No,
I
I'm
think.
talking about when you were right here. You were right
Oh,
here and you ran into the Reinhardt.
was it there? Okay, yeah. My bad.
I mean,
I was
I
just
can
thinking
rewind it for
further
you
away.
if you'd like to see it.
No, you're good. I mean, is that where it was?
Yeah.
I was just not. That was just bad map awareness. I thought I had a wall behind me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there is a big door right there. Isn't there?
All right.
I don't know what I was thinking. Oh man. Yeah, no, definitely a time to just run away.
Oh,
Yep.
then.
Right. Probably gonna end up losing us. Oh, we get a pick, so this is fine. Right. So currently, if we're watching kill feed, right, we are currently even.
Yep.
Nade sleep. Use one of them.
I think
Huge
I was.
grab.
I get so focused in on trying to save someone that I'm like that everything else goes out the door.
Yep. Oh. All right. Didn't use abilities there,
Mhm.
and besides the self heal, and then we just couldn't get our nano in time.
Mhm.
Okay, so we're coming back. Probably want to sit right about here. Good vantage point overall of point here. We have this cover very easily to get behind cover, as well as the fact that this can also stop a lot of enemy line of sight on us, and we can
Mhm.
land nades pretty decently from here. Okay, we
Mhm.
have nano available, so we're probably looking to get that off on McCree if he is in a good position for nano, or Reinhardt or Zarya if they need it more. We just don't want to hold on to it again. Okay, so we are in good positioning here.
Ah, yeah, I clipped the.
This distance is where we're lining it up. We did
Yeah.
talk about we talked about the ult charge thing, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is just I'd like to see that used a lot more often than you do use it,
Mhm.
because that is very useful when we're like at a distance like this. Just line it up real quick, and that becomes a lot easier to actually land.
Justice reigns from above. Der Kampf ist noch nicht vorbei. Heroes never die. We still need
Right. Good kill. With as far as do we talk about when quick scoping is applicable?
When I'm needing to reposition.
reposition, and then on top of that, when you're under pressure. So
Yeah.
when Pharah is in the middle of shooting at you, this qualifies as a situation where you're under pressure. So
Yeah.
that when we're scoped in, that means we have now the big thing here is that we have a very low movement speed, which makes it super
Mhm.
easy for Pharah to shoot us and get direct hits. Whereas if we quick scope, that makes it a lot. We get a lot more mobility going, and it's a lot harder for Pharah to kill us, right?
Mhm.
So that way we can kill her and stay alive too.
We still need you.
Yeah.
My team still needs
I also
me.
didn't use ult again in that fight. Though it was kind of rough because they got picked out of sight, out of line of sight. The two of them did.
Enemy contact.
You're powered up. Get in there. This is going to hurt.
60 seconds.
All right. Well,
remaining.
maybe we pressed tab, maybe we didn't, but Genji had
I
his
did.
ult, so really
I
well
knew
played there.
Genji had ult
Yep.
there.
Okay. Try running into your tanks when you know that Reaper's on top of you. That way, tanks can kind of tank them for you.
Mhm.
Other than that, good ult combo, good timing on it.
My ultimate is charging. 30 seconds remaining.
Keep them locked down and we win.
They're all over me.
Ooh, those.
Okay, kind of dropped from good positioning there.
Yeah,
Unnecessary.
I dropped because of the Pharah. Because she was focusing me on that high ground, which I guess I could have just walked into the side room.
Was she? I didn't see her shooting at us.
Yeah, I think
30 seconds
right at the
remaining.
start, maybe?
Keep 'em locked
Maybe not.
down and we win.
Maybe I heard it and I just instinctively.
Yeah, she shot kind of below us there, and then we
Mhm.
dropped. Oh snap! I have no clue where we were. Well, oopsie. We're right about here.
Oh,
Where were we? This is no. This is when we use Genji. Okay, we're in the next fight of this. No, it's after this. Sorry, I. All right, we're right here.
seconds remaining.
Keep 'em locked down and we win.
You're covered.
Yep. If Pharah starts shooting at us, instead of just dropping, just back up, right?
Yeah.
Quiet. Die feeder.
Good sleep, good nade.
Don't let up. It's almost over.
Kind of isolating herself here, right? Run towards your
Yeah.
team, not away from them, because can't
Even
really
if
get help
that
there.
ran me straight into the Pharah.
First off, I don't think we get health pack. Second off, yes, because you running away isn't gonna save your life here, right? We can.
Remaining.
Whereas if we run into our team, we have bubble here, and we can get healed by mercy. We can
Yeah.
get kind of our team support. Here we're
Mhm.
leaving all of all of our team. Plus we also missed the health pack,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
So here we're probably gonna end up dying. Oh, we actually make it around. Okay, I think that's me because did Far give up on us or did she?
Yeah, I think she stopped chasing.
Help me.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
I think she forgot I existed.
Yep. She probably should have kept chasing you. Don't know why she wouldn't. You were kind of 1 HP there, so. But I'm not their coach.
You're going to be okay.
Yep, I focused too much on healing Genji. Should have just left.
Old soldiers.
Well, I guess it's not too bad since I did like die instantly. Same result.
I will keep
Step
you
right
here.
up. Behind you.
Ability usage.
Task is not complete.
Yep. I just so that we're aware, I haven't been mentioning it because I'm trying to go over other topics, but ability usage is still, a big problem here.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
I walked straight into
I have your
that.
back.
All right, coming up on our nano boost, checking tab, nano blade, perfect.
It's like
Should be,
peek McCree, peek.
yeah. Let's see, did it? The fight never ended here, right? Yeah, okay.
Task is not
once this fight ends, we probably want to be looking to reposition to whichever high ground is where cart is. Probably top right if cart's over there.
Mhm.
If cart's out like, over in this area, then top left is gonna be the way to go rather than top right.
Yeah.
Bad guys, heads up.
At this point, I'm like, let's do nano ult. At least I think I'm telling my good we should nano ult.
Watching your back. You're powered up. Get in there.
Good timing. Okay, so this game our nano boosts are coming out more on
Mhm.
time to where we're using it early in the fight. We're using it. We're not holding on to it for multiple fights in a row, and
Mhm.
we're using it at the right timing. So really, really good so far. Okay, good nade.
Go. I'll keep you here.
60 seconds.
Okay, spam jumping. I don't know if we've discussed this or not, but that's when you
I
do.
know. Yeah,
alright.
it's a bad take. It's a bad take from playing like
60 seconds.
tactical shooters, you know.
Mm.
This will help.
I've been trying more and more to not do it, but it's like it's kicking a bad habit, you know.
Yeah.
Nading into a Zarya shield.
I will keep you here.
30 seconds remaining.
My ultimate is charged.
Die wieder.
Helden sterben nicht.
Bad guys, heads up.
أنا هاخد بالي منك.
10 seconds.
Healing enough.
Good nade. Unfortunate. You guys got shattered. Back in this fight, honestly, when they're backing up like that, like this is where I would be looking to reap. What do you say?
Or reposition. Oh, I was
Yeah.
saying we can chase a little bit harder, or
No, I was thinking the probably we should be repositioning back up to that
I got
high ground right there. That way we're not just sitting on the ground, right? Gives us very, very good survivability. Really, only character on their team that could get to us is Reaper, which we also have the ability to sleep and whatnot and drop to our team if we need to. We can chuck in nades, chuck in sleeps, and then have a very, very good vantage point over the whole entire point here.
أنا
But
هاخد بالي منك.
being on the ground here allows us to get shattered. Besides that,
Healing enough. Fire at will.
positioning was just a probably major thing here.
Overtime.
Yeah, just out in the open, not on the high
Yeah.
ground to start off.
It'll take more than that to keep me out of the fight.
All right, huge shatter when no one's around.
Heal up. Powered up. Get
Pay
in
attention where your team's at. Good nano boost though, because we do. This is an even fight, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, maybe not as even as I thought, but it's still slightly winnable. I think
it's
maybe
also
within.
overtime.
Yeah, which keep in mind, just because it's overtime doesn't mean we waste ultimates, right?
Yeah, it's true.
If you're about to lose the fight, we don't want to waste it. I'd probably say this is more on the like if this goes okay, then yeah, there's maybe applicable. But we are in the process of losing this fight right now. It's pretty much a 3v5 because Kree is out of the fight currently.
Hmm.
So just yeah, there's a very, very good chance that we lost that. So I probably would say no to that ult. Probably not the
Yeah.
best. Like they had a man advantage, they had positional advantage, and they also kind of cut you guys off with a May wall.
Watch your back.
Old soldiers are
Okay, need to group up.
60 seconds remaining.
Nem.
Good sleep.
Healing enough.
Good nade.
I've seen worse.
I don't know. I should not have. I should. Yeah, actually, no. We could since we were pushing up. I could push up too.
It's just
Yeah, right now we're looking to reposition up to the high ground, right in
Where is
between
the high
fights.
ground for this spot?
Where the high ground?
There it is. Yeah, how do you
Yeah.
get up there?
How do you get up there? There are stairs right here,
Okay, those
as
are
well as
got.
stairs right here. You probably wouldn't take these stairs unless you're already close to them,
Yeah.
and the whole team's dead.
Uh,
Heroes never
Don't
die.
forget to guys leave me okay. You're powered up. Get in there.
Fire at will.
10 seconds.
Alright, 10 seconds left.
Next time.
Sometimes I don't pay attention to the timer, which is a really good habit to have. And then I'm like, wait, maybe we should hold on to this nano if we see we got 2
You're
picks
powered up. Get in there.
or something like that. But we're good because we 10 seconds left. Last fight. Okay, looks like we already won this. Move on to next round.
Ready for battle.
Vincent, are you experiencing any issues with your genetic therapy?
Other than a crippling addiction to peanut butter,
Greetings.
we've got the
5, 4.
Right. New teammates. Farah is fantastic ult target. She's great with her primary fire and her ult, or not great with her primary. She's doable with her primary fire. It's kind of like Reaper. Reaper can do a lot with his primary fire, but you really want to nano them when they're looking for their ult. Her
Yeah.
nano barrage is really good. Second one would probably be because they have a Bastion. I probably would not say Nano High Noon is the best unless he has and they also have a Diva, so Nano High Noon value goes yeah, okay, so Nano High Noon value goes down a lot because it can get eaten by Diva. Bastion can melt him down. Farah is still decent because a lot of the times she can catch Diva off guard with her barrage. And if you nano her and she has damage boost, she can also melt Diva's mech and she can be Farah is also a fantastic pick against a Bastion comp. Because she can kind of stay out of his damage radius. So Farah's number 1. Probably after that, Monkey number 2, Zarya number 3, and then McCree number 4.
Oh, I remember what happens here. Our Winston's computer crashes.
Oh, unfortunate. Does
Yeah,
happen
I
happen
was,
right
I was
away?
trying to remember because we were doing it happens. He goes into a court right there, and
All
he's
right.
gone.
Well, I guess let's just skip until we.
Yeah, I was trying to remember because up until this point we're doing really well.
Yeah.
This is a good game for our team. And then the Winston's he comes back. But
Wow,
by that point,
we
got
just
it far.
rolled
We
them.
pushed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of sad for the enemy team. But I've literally done that. Now this is what I've been smurfing, of course. But I remember and this is where it makes me really kind of think about climbing essentially and and carrying games and hard carrying games, as I've remember winning a game where it was a 4v6 and we had lost them we had won an entire it wasn't just that we had won one single point, right? We had pretty much just played an entire multi-round game where 4v6, and I was on a Smurf at the time. This is a really long time ago, a year or two ago. But it's still also that gets you thinking wow, if I carry, I can win this game even if I'm down people, right? So that gets you into how good kind of the skill level that you're at, right? You can get to a point where you're good enough to carry at any single rank.
This will protect us.
He's back at this point.
Yeah, I see. Oh, good sleep. Bad nade.
Yep, very bad nade.
Okay, out of position, right? Running away from our team when we see that we have people on us, standing kind of in a position to where we're probably on this right side is much better. We're standing away from our team rather than with them, and that also isn't really the best spot to be at.
Take cover.
This is much better than a cabana on the beach.
snap. I think I just remembered that I forgot to upload my last session's recording.
I think that got eaten by the diva.
The sleep?
Yeah, the sleep. I think I got eaten by the diva.
No, we just missed. No, do you want to watch it again?
Oh no. Because yeah, I mean, I might be wrong. It looks like she. Oh no, did she not? Maybe I just missed
Yeah, it's right here.
all the cue. Yep, there it is. No,
Yep.
no, I didn't doubt you. I remembered thinking that it did, but
Yeah.
no, it definitely did
All right.
not.
Big need, but we kind of overextend a little bit to go for that while people are kind of staring at us, so that just
Yeah.
results in us dying. So just be careful of those. That's the type of thing you can look to do, but we have to make sure that like we're doing it at the right timing when we don't have a bunch of people staring at us.
Thank you, Andy.
Heroes never die.
All right.
Yeah, I was just trying to get the point.
So,
there. I was just trying to get the
Yep.
point.
So we got 6 minutes left. Why don't we do wrap up and a question time? So pretty much, main 3 points: ability usage, positioning, ult usage. Then on top of that, we have making sure you're paying attention to kill feed. Keep your awareness up by looking around you. With our nade usage, make sure that we're being aware of where our teammates are so that we can move to the side of them. Our positioning can very heavily affect our nade usage and our sleep usage. If we're in a bad positioning, we can't use those. Positioning, make sure that you're checking off those 3 boxes, as well as positioning next to cover so you're not out in the open. 3 boxes are: can I see my team? Can the enemy team see us? We don't want them to be able to see us. And are we in a position to where we can land nades and sleeps? Now with our ultimate, you do very well with knowing who to nano. You just want to make sure that you are pressing tab more often and checking who you're trying to nano, and then nanoing at the right time and not holding on to it for multiple rounds in a row. Fights in a row. With our abilities, make sure we're not holding on to them as well. We're looking for quantity and quality for both abilities and ultimates. Awareness, yeah, we already went over that. You just look around you, keep your ears open. Awareness will feed into decision making. Yeah, besides that, use the scope in tech to land long range nades a lot more often, as that is going to be very, very helpful for landing medium to longer range nades. Really just work on your nade usage and your sleep usage and like quick play. Probably do that'd be best practice outside of comp. Though you can, while you are in comp, really, really just make sure that that's your main focus while you're in comp. Yep. Let's see. Can't think of all the tinier points off the top of my head, but we have gone over them, and you'll probably just be able to recall them as similar situations come up as you play, and you'll just remember them. Do you have any questions about anything that we've gone over?
Let me think. So Numbani, the map.
Yep.
How do you hold that first point? Because it's always rough. Like, I think I've only ever full held that first point once, and otherwise it just feels like we kind of get steamrolled.
So New Bonnie, where is New Bonnie
Hybrid.
is hybrid. Yes, hybrid down the bottom, all the way bottom. So this really, I guess is a complicated answer. What are you asking? Where to position or how to win? Because there's how to win. That's where when you're getting into win conditions and what is a win condition. Win conditions can be ultimates. It can be what character do we need to kill. Win conditions, like sometimes nade, a lot of the times nade can be a win condition. Win condition is what do we or our team need to do to win the fight. Now, positioning wise, we should probably be somewhere. If they're on, it depends on kind of the comp we're working with. If we're on a full brawl comp, then we might want to hold over there with them, but
Mhm.
otherwise we can hold like kind of up back here. Because if we're on full brawl, they're gonna hold up there. But if we're not on brawl and we hold over there, then they can just kind of run at us.
So to be clear, that my team should be over there, right?
If
On the high
they're
ground?
if they're on a full brawl, if they're not,
Okay.
then it doesn't. If they're on a dive or if they're on a spam, if they're on a spam, then we can be spread out all along here, up there. If we're on a dive, we can be spread out along there, and then we can be over here, right? But if we're on brawl, we're pretty much all gonna be over here.
Nobody ever believes me when I say we should hold the high ground on this map. I'm always
Well,
like, God, we
they
should
all
do the
down
high
there?
ground. Yep.
Yep. 100% you should be on high ground. Holding low ground's kind of giving them, one is losing the advantage, and two, giving them the advantage because they can kind of just walk to high ground for free. So yes, even if your team's not on high ground, you should be high ground because even if your team's not up there, we can still get value from here.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
Yeah, I usually try to hold from there.
Any other? Did that answer your question, or do you have any other questions
Yeah,
here?
it did.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this map because I always feel like this first side is so hard to hold.
Yep. Do you have any other questions on anything we've gone over? Any other map thing or maps or just game things in general?
I'm trying to think. I can't really think of anything at the moment.
All right. Well, if you ever just have questions, just feel free to message me. I'd be happy to answer them. But I'm gonna end the recording here.